Everybody, please stay at home.
You're watching Forget Being Cool.
All right, ready?
John has to ask me if I'm ready about 6 times, everybody, and I told him I was ready the first time. Then I made a joke. Then he asked me if I was ready again. Then he paused. Then asked if I was ready again. I'm waiting for it, John. It's Forget Being Cool for April 8th, 2020. My name is David Moore. Joining me, of course, is my main man, my man on the internet, Johnny_Ravioli Spaghetti Xbox Series X Casino.
Dave, people might sit there and think, oh, look, Dave's got the hard part, right? Dave's got to bring the show in. Dave's got to do the introduction. Dave has the hard part. What they don't see, Dave,
yes,
is that my hands are like stretched across my computer desk in front of me because I can't get too close to it because of where my mic is attached. And I've got one hand over on the mouse so I can click the button to start the song, and another one on like the volume control for that line so that I could bring this in and then tone it down at the right time.
Everybody,
like, no one knows how hard the sound man over here works.
Everybody, I took the video editing portion of this show on that John didn't even ask for, and nobody even really wants the video version of this show to exist. But I took that on in exchange for John having to do all the technical sides of his stuff. But it also means that I'm up till like 12:30 at night, and then edit the show, and then post it, schedule it for the morning, which you guys watch us live. Adam, that show was not live; it was premiering on YouTube.
Okay.
Anyway, and I get that all scheduled, and I wake up like 4 hours, maybe 5 hours later to get up and get ready for the day to go to work. So, John, please don't criticize me for not doing enough work to make this show possible.
Dave, okay.
Yes. Hi, John.
Let's let some knowledge roll here about what happened us getting ready to start recording. It took us an extra 22 minutes from back when we were going to start. Because I have rearranged my computer stuff to try to get better soundboard stuff, right? And now I don't remember how loud I made this thing before, so I'm not sure what's going to happen because I want things like this to be able to pop up on our show.
Did you cry like a little bitch? I almost did.
And I want things like this to pop up on the show.
God kind of loves them, but God would love them a whole lot more if they stopped sodomizing each other.
See, you said turn it up a little bit, John. That was it. That's all you had to do.
No. But here's the thing: is I had it cranked up all the way, and I had to move things to different ports. Luckily, I have about 5 different like headphone jacks throughout all my screens and that computer tower and my microphone and all these different things. So I have options of where I can plug this in at.
If somebody out there has a mixing like software that allow me to send multiple inputs to a digital mixer and then send it to Skype to John so that he is not in charge of the soundboard, I've got enough computers here, but I don't really want to make the setup extremely complicated. So if somebody has a Mac software like Audio Hijack Pro might do it, but something like that would be great. Just let me know so John can stop being in charge of this. I have a whole this computer over here next to me that I'm not talking to John on is a soundboard. It has a soundboard software in it, and it probably has our old soundboard on it still. Anyway.
So Dave, if you haven't noticed, right, if you look behind me, it looks different than last time we recorded.
Barely. John's moved over about 3 feet. His Zelda shelf is now slightly to the left. Previous that it was directly behind him. I also only see part of the door behind him. There's also some really weird electrical storm going on, John, and it's kind of freaking me out.
That's kind of funny. Well, okay, so I did a lot of work yesterday, like rearranging my room. So part of it was I took all the Pez shelves, I used to have one Pez shelf on each side, and I took one of them down, and now it's on the other. And you can actually see both of them behind me now. And I did that, and I put all the Pez up there. But I moved my laptop to a different part of my desk because now I have my work laptop docking station where I kept my laptop, which is why like I'm facing a different screen. That's why, like, so I can reach everything. I moved all this stuff around.
In service of this show specifically.
No,
It has
actually,
it has nothing to do with quarantine and being forced to work from your own home office. It has nothing to do with any of that. You just wanted to make it better to talk to me 3 times a week for Forget Being Cool. Episode 84. We're back. Hi, John.
So here's what's funny though is like right now the screen that I'm looking at with you on it and got my webcam above it or whatever is in like the corner of my desk. I have like an L-shaped desk. So now I'm like staring at the corner of it. So I've got desk on like both sides of me. I feel so cozy. It's almost like I'm getting a little desk hug over here. It's quite nice, Dave.
Oh yeah.
Dave seems to be distracted by something on his phone today.
Yeah,
Hi, Dave.
Yeah. Hi, John. I'm just look. There's something weird going on outside. There's something weird going on in the world. I don't know. I'm sitting in my basement, John. Let me establish my room for you. I'm sitting in my very cool basement, full of my video games.
It is a very cool basement.
Yeah, but up to the left side of where I'm sitting right now, there's a glass block window, right? Which means you can't really see anything out of it. But like every I'd say 2 seconds, there's about 3 little weird flashes, and they go away. And then it stops for a second, and then it happens again. And it's like lightning, except like you normally would hear that. Plus, it's been raining all day, and like that has stopped.
I have a different theory.
Okay.
Do you think maybe the media got wind that we are doing the show again, and it's actually the paparazzi out there trying to take pictures of you recording?
That's probably exactly what it is. There's nothing else going on in the world right now more important than the fact that John and Dave are doing the worst podcast that was ever put on the internet.
Dave, when we talked about bringing this back and whatever, a lot of it was kind of our own self-care, right? Giving ourselves this outlet and being able to talk to each other again and whatever else. But then, also part of it is, maybe someone who's having a shitty day due to this stupid virus that's out there will maybe get one extra smile. We'll think positively to one extra smile.
I mean,
right?
For right now, all I'm concerned about is what this weird flashing is going on outside my window.
I've already answered this question. It is the paparazzi.
Oh, it is.
But so Dave, we talked about how we're going to make this positive, uplifting, and talk about the happier side of things. But I have something I need to tell you about from today.
Okay.
And I want your opinion on this. It's two separate things that happened to me while I was out driving around today.
Okay.
And I need your opinion on these because I don't know. There's something that felt weird about both of them. All right. And they're very similar to each other. So the first one is I'm driving back home from work. I had to go work today for a while. By the way, my company requires that if there are 2 people working together, which a lot of times when I'll work for the next few months, I'll be working by myself. But right now I'm still working with a guy to kind of get a feel for that equipment. So when there's 2 people working together, we have to wear those N95 masks, like the good ones, I think they are. Mm-hmm. But like they pinch your nose. And this is the worst thing to be complaining about because these apparently, I think these are supposed to be like the really good, dust mask looking masks that like doctors and nurses should probably have that I don't know if there's enough of them out there.
And you have them?
And I have like 2 boxes of them because my company requires it. Right. Anyway, so I put this thing on and you kind of like form it around your nose because like a metal strip in there and it has like a little pad in there too. And if you don't form it right, one, it'll fog up your safety glasses, but also, I don't know, could let a virus in through the top, maybe if someone sneezed on your face at the right angle. But
if
like
that happens, John, you're screwed either way.
Yeah. Well, at that point, why is this person so close to you? Right. So anyway, so my nose hurt, like it hurt. And like you go take it off, like when I'd go outside the control room and kind of walk around the openness by myself, I could take it off. And it was like peeling duct tape from my nose. It's very bizarre.
I have a mask. It doesn't fit me. It either needs to be on so tight that I can barely breathe, which feels like a worse problem, or it's just,
I'm not sure that's the worst problem,
or it's just falling off my face. So
I think the moral of the story of the masks is let's just get through this shit so we can stop having to wear masks when we work, right? Like, great. I'm grateful I have a job.
If
I really don't want to wear a mask.
If I had to sit here and do this show with a mask on, I could probably do that, right? Like. That wouldn't be the challenging part. Now, I would sound like... Hey, dude, here's a cool. Man, this is a really cool show.
People might prefer that.
Yeah, I mean, then they wouldn't have to hear me. I would probably just talk less.
There you go.
But in that scenario, it'd probably be fine. But like I'm actively running around, and creating another form of a breathing problem in that scenario is just it's not beneficial. I get it. I'm glad that people are wearing masks. The more people who wear masks, the more people it protects. So if you are able to do that, that's great.
You realize
Mm-hmm.
here's what I feel bad about even like making these comments, and this is not what I wanted to bring up. Like,
No,
the
I
mask was
want
nothing about.
I wanted to talk about this. Not at all, John. To be
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, we're gonna move on to this, and I apologize to anyone out there right now who is sitting there going, "These entitled assholes, at least they still have a job," or "These entitled assholes, at least they have masks." Whatever it is you're thinking, you're right.
You're
Okay.
You're 100% right. You do not need to leave it in the comment sections below. We get it. We're wrong, and I'm sorry
So-
we brought it up. This show is not about this.
So anyway, so I'm driving home. I'm driving home from work. It's about an hour drive each way, and this giant ass truck. So the company I work for is a bigger plant. I'm helping them out, so they gave me one of the work trucks to use so I can get in and out of this area I need to go to. It's a diesel F-250 Super Duty. Like, I'm good with driving a full-size truck, but this truck is huge. And I can't even Bluetooth my phone to my radio. So I have to bring in this little JBL like cylindrical Bluetooth radio and like set it up in this little spot on the dash. But then when I go down a bumpy road, the suspension in this thing bounces the truck around so much it's all rolling all over the place. Anyways, once again, I shouldn't be complaining. So I'm driving home, and I come to this intersection right where I start turning to go through the town that I live in off the highway. And on one side of the highway is my town, and on the other side of the highway is a I'm going to say Indian reservation, although I don't know if that's the correct like PC term for it anymore.
Yeah. Nobody knows what the PC term for anything is anymore, John.
Yeah, so they're Native Americans, but I think maybe they still live on Indian reservations. I could be wrong. Once again, the title of this episode is going to be John's an asshole, I think. So anyway, so I see this guy walk across, and he's from the reservation. You can tell he's dressed like he's from like an 80s hair band, right? Like he's got the bandana wrapped around his head and everything. He's just strutting along in his jacket and his cool guy shades, and he walks across the street looking all normal. Like, okay, these people from the reservation often walk to the stores that are right across the highway. And he like struts across, gets to the corner, turns around, and starts unfolding his sign, like his little need help whatever sign. And something felt really weird about it. Like the way he walked up, he did not walk up like I'm a homeless guy. No, he just walked up and was like I'm gonna get a few extra bucks here. I'm just gonna stand on this corner with this sign.
They are everywhere here. They are on the edge of every highway exit, and in Cleveland, that's a lot of highway exits.
Yeah.
They stand there and they ask for money, John. I know that these people live in houses near me. I know these people live in houses near my house in a nicer neighborhood. I know that they used to intentionally dress scruffy, drive their minivan up to the corner, let their husband out, drive the minivan to the next highway exit, get out, and park it where they wouldn't see it. And they would both stand there all day, and they made more money a day than I do.
That's messed up.
Yep, I know that for a fact, and it's
Okay.
awful. And the best suggestion I ever had, Rachel had this suggestion, and you can call her crazy or mean or whatever for this, but I think it's a pretty great idea, and I agree with her, is just go to like McDonald's or whatever other place, get a stack of job applications. And
Oh God, that was not where I thought you were going.
Anytime somebody like asks you for money, just hand them an application instead. Like pull up, fold it up, hand it to them, and then like drive away.
Okay, so
that electrical storm is getting out of control, John. The paparazzi,
Okay.
the paparazzi. Hi,
Okay, so do you think if you were someone who would normally give money to someone begging on the corner,
Mhm.
do you think right now you would still do it? It's not just a matter of
No.
do you have the money or do you not, but like that is you're now coming in close contact with someone who is probably coming in close contact with a lot of people.
Right. So no. The answer to that question is no. Now, I'll give you my moral and my life story for this, and this is the way I judge this, and people can hate this opinion. I went downtown for 5 years to go to college. Okay. And
Okay.
every day going through downtown, there's always somebody asking you for money or food or money for food or whatever. Okay. And being privileged in the college and getting a lot of stuff, they gave me like coupons for free food that happened to be through there all the time. Okay.
Okay.
So I had like a free French fry and a free like shake or whatever from McDonald's because it's just a coupon they handed out at the college. Okay.
Okay.
And this guy's, begging on the corner for food. And I don't really want that milkshake. I probably could have had the fries, but whatever. So I just gave this dude the coupon. Right? Because it's free. It's food, and it is literally currency for just food. Okay? And then I get in the line to buy what I want. This dude comes up behind me and he goes, you could have bought me a cheeseburger. So I bought my food, walked away, and that is the way that I view those people. And therefore, at that opinion,
those people.
These people are never grateful.
Those people.
They are not asking for money for food. They are asking, in my experience, for money for drugs or things that are sending them down a negative path. And those people need to figure their crap out, because most of the time when they're arrested here, which happens quite frequently, and the reports get put out, they have more money in their pockets than I've ever had in my entire bank account.
You ever watch the Pink Panther cartoon?
Like a bazillion years ago, John. Yes.
There's one episode that'll always stick with me, and it's where the Pink Panther is homeless and hungry, and he's trying to get arrested because he knows they'll serve him food in jail. And now thinking about it, it's like the saddest premise for a cartoon ever.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was really funny. Okay, so here's the other thing that happened to me that I saw, I guess. It's very, very similar. I saw another man standing on a corner. So I went out to go pick up food, which we don't do very often. I think it's been like a week and a half since we've gotten any kind of takeout. But we went out to go do it today because I worked late and whatever. So I go to pick up this food. I'm driving down the road and I see this guy on this corner, and it's a street preacher of some form. I don't know if he's an actual preacher or just some guy street preaching.
Is he a guy that stands outside the Planned Parenthood over here with a cross every day? And...
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, this guy was holding a big giant sign that said like, "Do not fear Jesus something something something," and it seemed very directed at like what's happening right now. Now, here's the thing. I've seen plenty of street preachers. I have driven down the road of Honolulu, Hawaii, with a guy acting like a street preacher in the back of my truck before. Street preachers are not like a new thing to me. But something felt real eerie with the time that we're in, even though there was plenty of cars on the road. But seeing a guy that's just like, don't fear all this stuff. Like I'm picturing like that being the start of a horror type pandemic movie.
John, if the real God, this is a weird show already. If the start of a pandemic movie hasn't already smacked you in the face with what's going on, I'm happy for you that it struck you hit you today that's been happening.
No.
For like the toilet paper off the shelves, John, was the first step.
Dave, first they came for your toilet paper. No, I know what you mean, and yes, like the whole thing has been there, but something made it that much more real by this guy as a street preacher, like pointing up at the sky and like pointing at people and pointing up to the sky and like holding this sign. And it's just like, oh no,
it's in that opening montage of the movie, like before the movie starts,
yes.
And you're like seeing it in like black and white with the newspapers, and it's the guy holding the sign up. Yeah,
I watched a movie recently that I cannot remember the name of it. It had a lot of big names in it. I want to say Matt Damon, I believe, might have been like one of the main guys. Anyway, it's about it's 10 years old. It's almost exactly about what's happening right now.
Yeah, here's the thing, John.
Yeah.
I can't watch any of that right now. I can't really watch any serious TV right now. Like part of me is like, man, I should watch some really great shows and give some really great recommendations, but like my gut is just like defaulting to like old cartoons right now. Like I don't want to watch anything that makes me think about this.
Okay.
So
So oh man. So
I'm
I'm
flipping.
watching some serious shows.
I'm flipping between Hey Arnold and SpongeBob.
Okay.
I've watched the
You
entire.
and I, hold on a second.
I've watched the
You and
entire
I come
first
from
three seasons of SpongeBob and the movie, and are now in the fourth season of SpongeBob.
Okay,
Yes.
you and I come from such different eras because yes, I've seen SpongeBob, but I was already, I don't know, I was already an adult, I think, by the time SpongeBob came out. Like different eras. I started watching not too long ago, and I'm very, very excited about this. I started watching Animaniacs again, like reruns of Animaniacs.
Okay, see, that sounds great.
It is so good. I love Animaniacs, but here's the thing. So a couple reasons why I started watching this. One, I have the Genesis Animaniacs game, and I want to do a retro review of it, and then talk about how it like compares into the TV show. But also, they're coming out with a new Animaniacs show, like a current one that's going to be probably very similar to the original. It's got at least a few of the same. I want to say Pinky and the Brain are being voiced by the same people, but the difference is going to be. So if you ever watch the old Animaniacs, they make all these jokes that are more for the parents, right? And it's all about like things happening in the world at that moment that kids aren't really going to, cue in. Like there was like Bill Clinton jokes and stuff like that thrown in these episodes. But now I'm going to double enjoy this show because I love Animaniacs, but also because I will understand more of these jokes that are happening. It's a win-win.
Yes. I'm happy for you,
Yes.
John. See, that's the kind of show I could watch right now.
You want to know the other show my wife and I are binging our way through?
Sure, John.
Homicide: Life on the Streets. From 1993 to 1999. Here's the weird thing about this show. So first of all, this is a gritty show. My wife bought the DVD set, and I'm ripping it onto my Plex server so that I can like watch it at all the different TVs without moving the disc around.
Yes, everything's on my Plex server. And the time that John and I have not been recording, I have built the greatest Plex server ever.
I don't know if you want to say greatest. Ben has a killer Plex server.
Hi, Ben. I loved your Plex server, but man, you need to either make the thing powerful enough to play on every device, or like put crappier versions so that they can play on all my devices. Because every time, Ben, when I logged into your Plex server and I clicked on a brand new great movie, I'm so thrilled it's there, right? I'm so glad that you ripped it legally to your Plex server. When I got there to click on it and it goes, this server is not powerful enough to play back on this device. Get out of here. I took an old computer from 2009, hooked up a 10 terabyte hard drive to it, wired it directly into my network, added everything I own, like everything, made everything playable, easy to add things, have the setup down here to simply just add another movie in 5 seconds. Right? And I never get the error message, Ben. I love you, Ben. I do. I really do. But you want a server? Build a server.
Dave,
Yes.
I would be careful only because his server might be awesome. I don't know. I've never seen it. I've never dealt with it. I don't know anything about it. I too am just using an old computer, right? I'm using an old computer that I tell not to go to sleep. Like the screen goes black, but the computer itself doesn't go to sleep.
Yes,
and then I just plex it to everything in my house.
That's how mine is as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love Ben's server. It's great. I'm just giving him shit because I can. I consulted Ben heavily when setting mine up.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so did I. Well, kind of. I asked him like 3 questions.
Yeah,
I
mean that's what I consider asking Ben a lot of questions. He's not really my friend; he's your friend.
This is true, and you can't steal him.
Yeah, you say that.
Dave,
I think I might live closer to him now.
No, because he lives in my state. We both live in Washington State.
I'm just kidding.
Dave,
Yes.
you asked me a question when we were texting earlier.
Oh yeah.
So just a quick update for all our wonderful listeners out there. I bought the Raspberry Pi.
Yes.
I bought the controls. It's a 2-person control setup.
Okay.
For this arcade machine I'm going to build. And my plan at this point is I'm going to buy just some plywood of some sort to make the base for just the control part.
Yep.
And get everything working. I did a lot of research, man. I did a lot of research the last couple nights after you and I talked about this whole like RetroPie not working on Raspberry Pi or the Pi 4 and all this stuff. And I was like, well, maybe I should just get the 3 because it's still not saying it's out there working on it yet. But I'm like, I don't want the 3 because maybe I'm going to need that 4. So I did get the 4. I got the 4 gigabyte RAM on it. The thing I came with, it has the case and a fan and all these things, right? It did not come with an SD card, so I got to pick up an SD card, but that's not that expensive.
No. Put a 64 in there. It's way more than you're ever going to need in it.
See, okay, here's what I'm trying to figure out. You say these things, but my plan is to make it just for arcade. Now, granted, I also plan on putting extensions in for the USB so that I can plug controllers. Like I'll have like a little spot in the front of the cabinet. I can just plug a controller in if I want to play something else.
Okay, this is why
put a memory. You're so small.
Put a memory card in there that you don't have to regret. Plus, to run RetroPie, you're gonna have to run Raspbian, which is gonna take up some of that space.
Okay. I'll look into it. I don't know if I'll go 64.
The price jump is so insignificant, John.
I think I might have a 32 laying around somewhere.
Well, then just start with a 32. If you have a micro SD 32 gigabyte just lying around.
I think I do, oddly enough.
Well, then I wouldn't worry about it. But if you need to buy one, don't buy a 32 gig and then regret it. Just buy the 64 gig, and you're never going to fill it up.
You're right. I'm never going to fill it up. But I'm excited. I'm excited it came in. But guess what? So the Raspberry Pi will not get here until probably the 27th.
You know what?
Which is 3 weeks from now.
We were talking about our setups, right?
Yeah.
And I like my setup down here. I really do. But I wanted to like get some lights. And I was like, when I start doing a show again, I'm going to get some cool lights. And I went to go order those lights. And then it said, it won't be here till May 16th. And I was like, well, screw that.
May 16th?
That's what it said. Estimated delivery like May 16th to May 18th.
Now, was it one of those things like mine where it's like, okay, we're trying to prioritize certain things?
Right, yeah. I mean, that's what it is. And that's fine. And it probably would show up sooner than that. But, like, I don't know. John and I could be done with this show by May 16th.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Did I tell you? I don't think I did. 'Cause I think this happened yesterday. The state of Washington has officially said no school for the rest of the school year. Like, school is out for the rest of the school year for sure now.
That's crazy.
I don't know if that means that like they're just predicting at this point that the shelter in place or whatever the heck they're calling it is going to go much, much longer than they're saying right now. I don't know, man. Dave, let's talk about something happy.
Okay. John, I played more Animal Crossing.
Oh, yeah?
I love this game. That's it. That's all I want to say. But I like this game.
Here's my fear, Dave.
Yeah.
My fear is that it's going to run its course. Now, granted, I have got my money out of it. Like, I've probably put close to 100 hours in this game. I have got my $60 out of this thing. I am not worried about that. I'm worried about getting bored of it before I get everything I want out of it. So
I kind of worry about that too. So like, I want to rebuild my entire I want all my trees arranged properly, because I kind of just planted trees everywhere, and I've got like 1,000 bazillion trees. And like, I want to rearrange this. Like, I know what I want. I want all these houses in the right places. I want to build the little paths. I want to do all that. But like, to the point when I get that all unlocked, like, am I going to be just so sick of it? Like, I'm already getting kind of tired of the like grind to pay off my loan. Like, I'm having a good time still, but I'm also like, and trying to get like 700,000 bells. Just
that's weak. I owe 1.2 million.
I know,
and
John.
that's probably still weak.
I it gets up to 2.5 million. I think is the final
Oh
upgrade.
Jesus!
But like,
So
and don't get me wrong, I'm paying it slowly, you know.
yeah,
But it's still like by the time I pay this off and do the next upgrade and the next upgrade after that, right? Like, do I still care at that point?
well, so here's where my problem is. So I'm trying to get my island looking a little bit nicer. So I'm trying to put all my fruit trees in one area. Like I have a fruit orchard,
Right.
right? And I'm finding other trees. I have trees that aren't growing. Like I planted way trees. Like I think you can only have a certain number. And so I've been chopping down orange trees because that's my native one, and just having just orange trees with those other ones. I'm doing that. My houses. So I have
Well, your
8
tree-
houses, and then
Your trees to grow to full size need to be 2 squares apart. On
okay,
all-
but
all
you can
sides.
also only have a certain number of them. Like if you have too many, it'll start growing and it'll just stop. And as you cut down more trees, some of the baby ones will start growing like a 1-to-1 ratio. Like you can only have like 110 trees or something. I have a lot of trees.
I have a lot of trees too. I have not run into that problem yet.
So here's the other thing is I have 2 neighborhoods, right? So one of them is just a straight strip of houses.
Yes, I
and then
visited
there's
your island. It's very fun.
Yeah, so I have my straight strip of houses, and I have another like quad of them. I started putting fences up around some of them. I finally hit 3 stars, so I get to get KK Slider coming at some point, which I'm oddly excited about because I only played New Leaf a little bit, and I didn't get to see him ever. But here's the thing: like this is what concerns me so much, and I'm tired of seeing everyone post stuff about Animal Crossing on Twitter because it gets me to the point where I'm like, well, why? I want that, and I don't want to see that. Like, I think if that stops, like my pace will slow down and then I'll enjoy the game for longer.
Yep.
But
Can I bash a group of people right now?
Sure, Dave. It's our show.
Please let me attack. Hey,
Okay.
people on Twitter, jerks who are time traveling, stop it. Stop time traveling.
How much is this happening? I know it used to happen a lot on the older one. I didn't think it happened as much on this
I
one.
know one specific person who I will not say by name, who is
until
time
after we
traveling,
get done talking.
and he spoiled all his turnips. And he's complaining to me that he spoiled his turnips because he set his clock back 5 minutes previous before he bought them. By accident.
Oh, that's funny.
So, because that's what'll happen. He spent more on turnips, I think, than you, which is a lot of turnips.
Oh yeah. My house. So my house is in all kinds of disarray because I'm still working on getting room set up. Which, by the way, I saw you put headphones on your guy.
Yeah, I just did that. Isn't that great?
I need those because I want to set up a podcasting room.
Except
Like
my
goal.
My shop closed 3 hours ago. I would have bought you more.
Okay. Eventually it'll pop up in my shop.
If
Eventually that'll
it's in
be a
my
thing.
if it's in my catalog, I think it might be now. I can send them to you.
Okay, that would be amazing because I want a podcasting room, and I told Amy this, and she's just like she's just.
I have a whole house. I have a whole house, or the whole like main room. I'm filling with instruments. So I've got a ukulele and an amp and a xylophone and a drum set, and I've got like weird old cassette players everywhere. I'm just making like an audio room.
Nice. So here's where my biggest concern is because of everything I've seen on Twitter that I'm tired of seeing because it's just making me think I should have a nicer looking place than I do. When I played New Leaf, which I played late, like I played New Leaf, I think I really dove into it about 3 months ago because I owned it, never really played it. It was kind of building up to now. I started getting these Nintendo collectibles. And then I went to Chelsea Capri's island. She booted up her 3DS and put on New Leaf just so she could invite me over and show me. And she had this room downstairs that was very nicely designed, and it was all Nintendo items. And then I started finding more and more and more. And the way you did it in New Leaf, or the way I got most of them was these fortune cookies, and you'd eat a fortune. You could buy the currency for buying the fortune cookies. You earned that by like walking around with your 3DS in your pocket, and you'd get these tickets depending on how many steps you'd taken. Anyway, you buy these, you eat the cookie, you turn into the little fortune, and then all of a sudden you'd get some item, and very good chance it was Nintendo related. So I had like a Metroid statue, like it was almost like a little aquarium thing with the Metroid guy inside. I had a couple different carts from like Mario Kart in there. I had some Pikmin things. I had all this cool stuff. All this cool stuff, like the three shells were sitting there. I have not seen anything resembling any of that
I haven't
in the current
either.
one. And if they do not have that, so my understanding was like in the GameCube version, you could unlock and find like old NES games.
Yeah.
Now, I understand if they don't do that again, right? Like I would like them to, but I get it if they don't. But to not give you the chance to just have all these Nintendo collectibles, like if that is not something that I can unlock one day and start getting that stuff, I'm gonna be very upset because that is the biggest thing that I want out of this game.
I think I saw like a Nintendo hat, but like a Nintendo hat, and I have a princess tunic, like a prince tunic that
Yeah.
looks kind of like Link's tunic, but it has like a cape. But that's
Yeah,
it.
no,
That's all I found.
Yeah, and I swear, like,
And I have an ocarina, and I can make
Yeah.
ocarinas.
and I can do that too. But that is like the only thing. And if I look back, I swear to God, if 2 years from now I'm still playing this game, trying to like catch all the bugs, and the other big thing I want to do is get all the fish bugs.
Did you get the stringfish? Did you catch stringfish?
I didn't. I got to wait till December.
Wow.
I'm screwed until December unless I find someone who's in South America.
I think
Australia.
Rachel and I collectively only caught one, so it's in our museum, but we don't have. I don't think it's in my Critipedia.
Yeah, well, I don't even care about that. I care about the museum. Like,
Yeah.
I want to say that is the coolest place.
I love the museum. Also, if we're gonna keep adding things to this game, we need more buildings. We need more
Well,
stuff.
so I think if it's anything like one of the last ones, as you get further in, that became a thing.
Yeah, I think
like-
we have all the buildings that could be unlocked, John.
I don't see. Okay, maybe, and I hope that's not the case.
Based
But-
on everything I've seen online, there's the Mabel sisters, there's Nook's Cranny, and the museum, and that's it. And I looked up, and I went spoiler looking today because I was just curious. I think there is only a closed store, Nook's Cranny, and Nook's Cranny gets updated. It grows, it gets bigger at some point.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert. But that's it. Like, I don't think there are any other buildings or things to do.
I'm hoping that's not true. I'm hoping there's a point where you just have to do enough stuff to like as you said, you buy stuff from different stores and those stores will expand and whatever else. I'm hoping that will lead to it because in New Leaf I got to the point where I could put in certain things and you had to make like monetary donations to them and they would show up. And my understanding there's like a coffee shop that could open up and whatever, which is not stuff that I saw when I played. So I'm hoping that's the case. I'm hoping just not far enough into the game. Like no one's far enough into the game yet to get these other things.
I mean, that or they're going to add them, like, as free downloadable content.
Maybe.
Like Bunny Day, or, like, we don't know what the Earth Day thing is, but we know it's coming.
Dave, staying on the happy video game train here.
Can I complain about Bunny Day? I just think it's dumb.
Okay, I agree, but they did do an update.
And it's not as bad. It is definitely not
yeah.
as... It has gotten... it is better. I just don't give a crap about any of this stuff, and I'm not really sure what our goal is.
It's just a thing. I don't know. I don't care. Like, I'm ready for it to be over. I'm ready to stop seeing... Like, I don't mind seeing the trees, right? The cherry blossoms.
Well, those are going to stay even when the thing is over.
Hopefully, yes. But what I don't want to catch another damn egg. Like, if I see a fish and it turns out to be an egg, first of all, how does an egg swim? How does an egg swim like that? And why does an egg nibble on my fishing hook?
Also, as a blind man, trying to see the green eggs on the pink trees is actually kind of difficult. I keep just running past them, and Rachel's like, "You missed your leaf eggs," and I'm like, "Yeah, I didn't see those."
Nor should you care. I actually ended up taking a bunch of them and just building a bunch of stuff and then selling it and made some actually decent money doing that.
They hinted that, like, we need to craft everything. Like, if we crafted everything, we'll get a special item, which, I mean, is probably going to be something else stupid that I don't want anyway. The problem I have with that is I don't know if I have all the recipes.
Yeah, the more and more you get eggs, the more recipes show up. I would like to stop talking about these eggs. They are too infuriating to me.
John's very upset, everybody.
It makes me so mad. Like, I hope they continue to do special things, but not like that. And for the love of God, if I see a fish in the water, it better damn well be a fish. I don't like it when it's a boot. I don't like it when it's a tire, but I can handle that every once in a while. Otherwise,
what
it
about,
needs to
what
be a
about
fish.
when it's a stone? What about when it's a stone, John?
Oh, no, that's dumb. Okay, I want to move away from Animal Crossing if we can. I want to tell you. Do you have anything else you wanted
to say about Animal Crossing? No. I can hold off for another day till we record again.
So we talked about when we talked last time. We talked a little bit about what was it? Oh, like the other cheap games and spending just a couple bucks on games and stuff like that. And I found there was a bunch of games on the eShop that were on sale.
Sonic Team Racing is $20 right now, and I'm debating whether I should buy it.
No, don't. There's actually a bunch of Sega games that are on sale, and I considered some of them. There's actually some Sega collection that has a whole bunch of old like Genesis and Dreamcast and whatever games on it for like $11 maybe.
What?
And I considered this, but anyway, I ended up picking up 4 games. I ended up picking this like dumb pirate game because it was 50 cents. I almost picked up that Snaky Bus.
Yeah.
But I did not do it. I did get When Ski Lifts Go Wrong, which I always thought looked amazing and kind of amusing. It's kind of like a bridge constructor type game.
Did you play it yet?
Yes. It's like a bridge constructor game, basically.
Is it fun?
Except for you can go in first person in your skier as he's going up your ski lift that's going to fail and kill him. I picked up this World War II fighter pilot type game that's actually decent. And then there's another one, and for the life of me, I can't remember what it's called. It's something to do with trains, and you have to control these trains as they're going around this track and picking people up. And if you don't do it right, they'll run into each other and explode and kill everyone on the train.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that graphic in it, but it's still quite amazing. And I think I spent a total of $5 on those 4 games. So I think I got a hell of a deal. Very happy with it. I think one of them might have been a 1-cent game.
I'm looking for this Sega collection, John. I don't see it.
I'll send it to you later.
I definitely want this.
Okay, I've considered it, but I own a number of the games.
It doesn't matter.
So like Shinobi is on there, and not Beast Wars. What is that game? Altered Beast.
Altered Beast.
Altered Beast is on there, and a number of, but like I don't have very many Genesis games, but I have those. So there was very few games. There's like Phantasy Star Online, which is always kind of intrigued me, but I think I hate it. Anyway.
You'd probably hate it.
Well, I mean, you definitely would because you hate everything.
Yep, except Animal Crossing.
Except Animal Crossing. I have something else for you, Dave, but I want to give you the chance. Did you have anything specific you wanted to talk to me about today?
No, John.
Okay. Then
I wanted to complain about eggs and people time traveling. That was my 2 things. Also,
Okay.
if you're going to time travel, this is the last thing. Don't lie about it.
Nice.
When you go, I don't know, my switch clock got messed up somehow and all my turnips spoiled. We all know what you did.
And you paid the price.
Yeah, and you deserved it. Okay.
Dave, do you go on Facebook very often?
No.
Okay. When's the last time you went on Facebook?
I hate Facebook.
I agree. I feel you on this, right?
Uh-huh.
So maybe sometimes on some weeks, I'll go on once a day and just kind of randomly flip through and look at 3 things. Normally,
I want to file a complaint with my Facebook right now.
Oh,
because you brought it up. John, As the internet knows from our last show, my birthday was
Okay.
recently.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, my birthday was on April 3rd. Okay?
Okay.
And I love people for saying happy birthday to me. That's extremely nice. Andy texted me happy belated birthday today. That's fine. People I haven't talked to in person in over a decade should not be still posting happy belated birthday on my Facebook timeline like 6 days after my birthday happened. Stop it. You are not somebody I know. I appreciate the loving and considerate words that you wrote happy birthday on my Facebook timeline. But I don't know who you are anymore. I don't even know why you're still on my friends list. And you missed my birthday the day it happened. You don't need to post on my timeline 6 days after happy belated birthday.
I agree.
Okay.
I cannot say anything against that because I 100% agree.
I'm not saying they're not being nice people. Like don't misunderstand this as an attack on them as an individual. It's just a weird thing, and I've gotten like 3 of those today.
So, yeah, no, I agree. Dave, on the rare occasion that I flip through Facebook, it's always on my phone.
Mhm.
And there's always one thing that I love more than anything when flipping through Facebook. It's the ad for the Wish app or the Wish website, I guess. Either way.
Do you know what I have?
What?
I have a Wish T-shirt that I almost wore because it's really comfortable.
Wait. It's from the Wish.
Because they said, click on this thing, get a free T-shirt, and I said, why the hell not? And they sent me a free T-shirt, and I never bought any of their garbage.
Here's the thing.
Because it's all garbage. Although, if you scroll through that app, there are some great things, John.
Okay, and that's what I want to talk to you about right now.
Okay.
So first of all,
for some reason, it continues to I'm sorry. I need to talk about this now. You brought it up. It continues to recommend this like LED light that changes color that goes in your toilet. So like at night, your toilet will glow like a weird color, like green or like orange. I'm sorry. That's always
a good one.
Always on the top of my. It's always on the top of my thing. Every time they send me a push notification to open their app to not buy anything, because they send me like 4 of those a day.
So here's what we need to do. I almost want to make this a segment on this show. Is every single episode I discuss one product on the Wish app on the Wish website.
Let's please do this.
Because let me give you a teaser of some of the things I see. If I'm lucky, and my wife was showing me, she gets a lot of these too. So it's not like me searching for porn on my phone is triggering this or anything.
Have you bought anything?
No, not yet. But I'll tell you about that too. I'll tell you about my thoughts there too. But so there's a series of like sex related items, sex toys, bondage clothing, weird stuff. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I get it. If you're into that, that's fine. When I say weird stuff, it's just like not stuff that I would use, but like all kinds of stuff. And then there's the other side of this. Then there's the part that I'm even more curious about is they have so many things and everything's stupid cheap. And I hear the quality on any electronics, be very careful buying anything through them. And so they have a few items that'll be like stupid cheap, like also, 10 cents for this thing. But the way it works is they only do it one a day. So whoever gets the thing done and the payment done first that day gets that item for that price.
Plus, you end up paying something stupid in shipping. It's not really a 10-cent thing.
Either way, I don't know what their shipping is like. I've never clicked far enough to find out about their shipping, but there's some stuff on there that I kind of want to try. Like I kind of want to buy and review some of these things because they'll have these like gaming systems that are filled with however many thousands or hundreds or whatever game, depending on what it is. And they'll have one that looks like an Xbox. It'll look like an Xbox One S. They'll have some that look like a PS Vita. They'll have some that look like the Nintendo Classic Edition. They'll have all these different ones that resemble things. It's almost like they had leftover casings for things, and this company bought them and then started making these knockoff systems with stuff that has to be illegal.
Right. Oh,
right?
100% illegal. The other thing, John, and I'll tell
Yeah.
you from getting this T-shirt, the amount of time it will take for you to get the thing
Oh yeah. It takes
will,
forever.
will be so long that you will have forgotten that you ordered it.
But think of how cool that would be. Like all of a sudden I go out to my mailbox and there's this PS Vita looking device that has Mario and I don't know, Halo on it.
And it runs like absolute garbage, but it
But
would
see-
be hilarious.
So if I could find a way to like make money doing the reviews of these things, enough to cover the nonsense cost. Because I mean, some of these things are like 15, 20 bucks. So like that's money I'm willing to put into something like this if it amuses me enough.
Right.
But but I just don't know. Like
I
there's a part
want
of
to
me
buy
that
those
wants
toilet.
do
I want to
this.
buy those toilet lights.
Okay, so do you think you could make a show? And now, granted, you would have to plan this stuff out like way in advance, and then wait till you have a bunch of products come in, and then start recording the episodes.
Yes.
But do you think you could like do a full show just talking about random things you buy on the Wish app?
I think it 100% could be done.
Do you think if you were to buy, let's say, a bidet on the Wish app, there's like be fear of having your butthole electrocuted?
I would take that into much consideration. Now, putting an LED colored light that hooks onto the bottom of my toilet like one of those like fake like cleaner, the ones that like supposed to auto clean your toilet, those don't really work, people.
Yeah.
Like basically clips on like one of those, and worst
Wait,
case
hold on a
scenario,
second.
it falls off. What?
What turns that on? Like, what activates that? Is
I'm
there a button you have to push?
I'm
Because
assuming
in
it's
your
like-
toilet.
it's like a light sensor, and it knows when the lid opens. I don't have any confidence in the thing working at all. But there's like 6 variations of this thing that are constantly being notified to me for some reason, because I was scrolling through that stupid app one day and saw them, clicked on it one time, and now it wants to tell me all about those.
Dave, I have a great idea for a product I want to design, and if I could do it cheap enough, I will do it just for the humor value. I will not be able to record the reason I want to design this. I'll just have to tell the story later. So I want to design a toilet light. It would go under the seat part, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it would be activated by body weight sitting down on the seat. Like it won't be like the switch won't be light enough to where just the seat there would turn it on. But if a person sits down of any normal weight, a person sits down, it will push down and it will activate this light. Also, this light has to be like ungodly bright. Like I want it to be blindingly bright, because here's the plan, Dave. I want to take this thing and put it in my toilet in my house, like in my bedroom, and just like late at night, but before we've gone to sleep, go and sneak in and install this thing. And then like go lay down in bed and wait for my wife to go to the bathroom. And so when she goes, like sits down, it just this blast of light comes out of nowhere that she doesn't see coming. Like this seems amazing.
Yeah, it'll be really great when her ass covers the whole thing up.
No. That's why it has to be like super. Well, first of all, what are you trying to say here? But no, like, okay, I don't know about you. Well, we can talk about this for a second. I don't know about you, but like when you sit on the toilet, are you completely covering the hole? Because
No.
my legs stay apart a little bit.
Right. Yes, there's going to be like a burst in the front. Show title, burst in the front.
Oh God. Yeah. And that's all you need. Like you just need enough for it to be bright enough that even if the light's on, you still see it. Maybe like a color, right?
John,
and bright enough to.
I think this one-on wish would solve this problem for you.
I mean, maybe it depends on what activates it, though, right?
I think it has to be dark. Like I look, it's unclear. Like it almost seems like it's one of those like auto nightlight kind of things going on.
So that you can pee in the dark.
Maybe. I don't.
But that's not gonna scare the crap out of my wife as she sits on the toilet.
It will
This
be.
is all I want to do.
It will be if there's a weird eerie green light coming from the bathroom in the middle of the night. And she
No.
didn't-
That you open the bathroom door, which maybe is slightly open to begin with, and you see this dim green light coming from there, and you're like, that's weird. But it doesn't scare you. Like, it might make you go, well, that's odd. Also, when you take that thing out, you better wear like multiple pairs of gloves.
Look, I'm probably not gonna buy this thing.
I'm disappointed.
You know what, John? I could order it right now for probably like $3. And by the time I get it, we will have completely forgotten that I said I'm going to buy it.
I mean, I'm okay with this.
If you would like me to review one of these toilet lights, I will. But it might be 6 months from now.
As I bang things around, I'm trying to go to the website, and the problem is they want you to log in, which I think maybe I did with Facebook. But like, I want to be able to tell you about some of this stuff. Also, there's this thing scrolling by that says beard oil, and the pictures associated with is a giant beard, a hairy but very buff pecs, and a guy slightly pulling his pants down to show some hair from between his legs. Like, this is the picture going with beard oil.
We are so far into this show, John, that I forgot that I totally wanted to bring this up. Can I give a shout out to somebody?
Sure.
Into this show?
Okay.
So I just want to preface this entire shout out with the explanation for why I'm going to give this guy a shout out. Okay.
Okay.
I haven't posted anything on the Forget Being Cool channel since Star Wars came out. Okay.
Okay.
It's been a long time since Star Wars came out. I put up a discussion then, and that was a thing. Okay.
Okay.
Now, since then, we put up our show for Monday. Now, I scheduled that to premiere in the morning at 9 a.m.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Okay, for a second there, I thought everything stopped recording. I was wrong. Go ahead.
At 9 a.m. Eastern, our show premiered. Okay, it was scheduled to premiere, and I put it up at like midnight. Anyway, at some point, hours before it actually posted, John,
Okay.
somebody went and commented on that video before it premiered.
How?
I don't know how that works. Their name is Tom. Hi, Tom. Now, they wrote awesome content. Okay? Now, that's a great comment. If I thought you actually watched any of our shit that hadn't even come out yet. So John,
Yeah.
I did a deep dive.
Oh God. Okay.
Because I wanted to know all about Tom. We
Okay.
have a couple listeners. There's names I recognize, right? There's screen names I recognize. You know, there's people in these communities that I would recognize. And, you know, they could write something like awesome content. I'd be like, thanks, Alien Myth. Or like, thanks, Chubb Stuff. Like, that was really cool of you to post before we even posted the video. But Tom, you're almost so generic that I've never heard of you. So I went to your channel. I started watching your videos. Okay? Now, let me tell you all about Tom's channel. Okay, John?
Okay.
Tom's channel is entire YouTube tutorial videos about how to get shoutouts in order to get views. Okay?
How many followers does he have, or subscribers, or whatever?
Like 78,000.
Well, it's because he knows how to do it. Apparently, he got one from you.
Clearly, it works. Anyway, I just wanted to acknowledge Tom. I saw your comment. I'm glad you think we have awesome content before you even watched it. I'm glad to know that you manipulate the YouTube system into getting subscribers. by making tutorials videos about how to get subscribers, by getting shoutouts, by commenting on people's videos before they even come out, by spamming comment sections in order to make people go to your channel and watch your video tutorials. Tom, I just wanted to thank you for that. That was it.
Dave,
Yes.
we should probably get out of here, but I'm trying to find. I want something from our old deal to play for the people. I want them to hear a little something. And Dave, I think I'm gonna go with this one.
This is a lot of setup for a bad payoff.
Ready?
Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Child.
That's payoff. All right, Dave.
This has been Forget Being Cool for April 8th, 2020. There is a weird electrical storm going on. John says it's the paparazzi. I'm concerned about the world going on outside. Animal Crossing is the only light in this world, except that John hates water eggs. Do not buy anything from the Wish app, despite John and I's stupid conversation about it. And to Tom, keep making those videos. Keep commenting on my videos before they're even published. Tom, I appreciate everything you do for this community. Being actively involved, getting constructive criticism, like awesome content. It's the greatest comment I've ever seen in my entire life. And we'll see you guys in 2 days for another Forget Being Cool. You can follow John at Johnny_Casino. You can follow me at Tell You Dave. John, I'm in talks to play music at the end of the show, but until we can do that again, that's it. That's all I have to say. Forget being cool, everybody. See you guys on Friday.
Oh, wow. That was a thing.
For more great discussions, hit that subscribe button or visit forgetbeingcool.com.